أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Praise and blessings of Almighty God be on the sealed Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his companions, nobles that follow his footsteps from now until the day. You're welcome back to lesson 2 of our course, Special Export and Import course, titled Global Agricultural Export Mastery. Today, inshallah, we're going to look at some of the regulatory requirements, which are part of what some of our experts in the expert session are going to talk about at the end of the week, which is on Friday, inshallah, or Saturday, depending on the scheduled time they gave us. Inshallah, you're going to see that pop up, or you will receive an email from Karatu Educational Foundation, where you can just log in and then enter into the meeting and listen from the experts. If we start on time, we'll reserve some time for questioning, and you're going to question some of these experts with regard to some of the things that you are having problems with as far as export and imports are concerned. So without delay, let's just dive into some of the things you need in brief, not in too much details actually, as far as regulations are concerned. So let me share the screen with you. Navigating Saudi Arabia's import regulation. So important things to Saudi Arabia. One thing that you should put in the back of your mind is making sure that you have all the necessary documents that are required of your products. For example, if you're bringing sesame seeds, if you're bringing cashew nut, if you're bringing viscous flour, you need all the required documents from Nigeria. Before that, before sending your products here to Saudi Arabia, you need to send us samples. Some that have been sending samples, and we've been sharing the samples, and we're going to take the samples to the Saudi drugs and enforcement, or food and drugs enforcement, like the NAFDAC that we have in Nigeria. It is called SFDA Authority, okay? Saudi Food and Drugs Authority of Saudi Arabia. So your samples will be taken there. We're going to register your samples with the Ministry of Water Resources, as well, Environment and Agriculture and Water Resources. They all have to register that product from your own company. Okay, that needs to be done before you even ship your goods to Saudi Arabia. Let me take you around. We have what is called the phytosanitary requirements. These are some of the requirements, maybe from NAFDAC in Nigeria, that are required from Ministry of Agriculture, whatever it is from Nigeria that you need of your products before you send your products to Saudi Arabia. So it's in order to safeguard and prevent the introduction of plants and pests and diseases, which will safeguard Saudi Arabian agricultural sector. Because if you're bringing in agricultural products with some kind of pest that they are not used to in this country, and keeping them in some of the warehouses that maybe you're sharing a warehouse with another product that will be taken to farms or somewhere else, they might affect their agricultural sector, which they don't want that to happen. Now, you have to ensure consumer safety. Compliance with this regulation guarantees your products are safe for Saudi consumers, because you do that to safeguard the consumers here in Saudi Arabia, because you not just bring something that directly brings something that is not good, or something that has some element of chemicals. Previously, there has been instances where some have been exporting the viscous flour, a lot of colorful stuff in them, to other countries. If that is discovered, then believe me speaking, your goods might be impounded or maybe rejected, and nobody is going to use your products again, and that might affect the entire country. They might decide to block the entire shipment of that particular product from your own country or from Nigeria, since we're talking about Nigeria. Another thing is you have to stay up to date because the regulations are changing over time. The phytosanitary requirements are changing, so you need to be visiting the website where some of these phytosanitary requirements are included. We're going to drop that as well on the screen, the website that you need to go through to ensure that your products or your goods are in tandem with the requirements of Saudi Arabian Ministry of Agriculture, Water Resources, and SFDA. All right, this is very important. Now, let us go to documentation and certification. These are like your export passports. If you don't have documentation, it's like you don't have a passport, like when traveling to somewhere else. So you need a passport to travel, right? Likewise, your goods, your products need passport to be able to cross the border, go into another country. And this passport includes the phytosanitary requirement, certificate, all necessary certificates, bills of landing, commercial invoice, parking list, certificate of origin. All these are documents that you need in order to ship your goods from your country to another country. And the phytosanitary certificate, as we've mentioned, this certificate issued by the Nigerian government or by the Nigerian authorities, NAFDAC, and the rest of them, to verify your product's health origin. Now, additional requirement depending on your product, there may be other documents needed. Always check the latest requirement on the SMEAW website. So you go to the SMEAW website to find out more about some of these requirements. It's very, very crucial. Now, smooth custom clearance is needed. Smooth sailing. Prepare document. Ensure all required documentation is complete and accurate before shipment. Submit customs. You need to submit that customs with your logistic provider. Submit the document to Saudi Customs Authority. So from here, when you send all these documents, they will be submitted when your products arrive, and it will ease the clearance, the clearance process. So easily, your product can easily be cleared. So let's look at some of the labeling and packaging, presenting your best. Even before sending the goods here, there is a certain way you need to label your product. I can tell you this from some of our experience. You need to label your product in both Arabic and in English. You need to label with the name of the product, the name of your company, the CR of your company. That means your company registration number need to be there. The quantity you are exporting from country, and the quality of the product. If there are certain things that you need to let people know about that particular product, like everything about that particular product needs to be labeled, and then the company that is receiving your product here in Saudi Arabia. So you need to include the name of that company that is receiving this product in Saudi Arabia, as well as the number that company that is receiving your product, or your shipment agent that is, or clearing agent that is receiving these goods here in Saudi Arabia. These requirements are so important in terms of packaging, and you package your goods in kilograms. You need to mention how many kilo per each package, how many kilograms of your goods you have in that particular package. Is it a sack? Is it a carton? Whatever it is, you need to mention it clearly, vividly clear. Branding and design, create an eye-catching package that reflects the quality and uniqueness of your Nigerian agricultural product. Branding is useful, it's very important. You need to pay attention to it and put that at the back of your mind if you want to enter into this wonderful business of export. Logistic and shipping, delivering with care, temperature, very important. Make sure that when your goods left Nigeria, ensure proper refrigeration or temperature regulation for perishable goods. If you're sending a perishable goods, make sure that you use a wrapper container. Your shipping agent will let you know the kind of container you need for your product. They will let you know about that. Make sure that they get the right container. Timely delivery. Make sure you choose a shipping company that has the fastest route to Saudi Arabia. Because if you pick up your goods and it took almost 3 months on the sea, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Some that are exporting Karkade and the rest of stuff like that, dry goods, they don't have much problem. But at times, if there is too much delay, the Karkade will turn black and therefore be rejected by most of the buyers here if you're bringing them yourself, not based on order. Tracking and monitoring, make sure you keep on tracking your goods because they will give you a tracking number that you need to log in online. You're tracking your shipment, ensure that the shipment arrives, or if there is any 1 or 2 weeks delay, you'll be aware of all the delays that are available that are going to occur before your product before your product arrives in Saudi Arabia. When it arrives Saudi Arabia, you will be aware that your product has arrived, or your product has arrived Saudi Arabia. You have many products, they have arrived in the kingdom. So these are some of the most important things that you need to put in the back of your mind. You need to look at the Saudi ports procedures, navigating with ease. Products arrival, your shipment will arrive at designated Saudi port. You need to select the port that your shipment will arrive at. Is it Jeddah port? Is it Dammam? Okay, port. Is it Jazan? There are different ports in Saudi Arabia, and you need to be sure of which ports your products are going to arrive at. Although your clearing agent will help you, find out which ports you should send your goods to, so that it will facilitate the clearance process without too much problems. Customs inspection, authorities will thoroughly inspect your products and documentation. So whatever you send us here. For example, you send your bill of land, you send your phytosanitary, or whatever it is, you send it earlier on. The phytosanitary certificate, your products are registered with SFDA here, and then what the Ministry of Water Resources, Agriculture and Water Resources. The exact testing has been conducted here. They will check that sample and ensure that what you have sent in the sample is exactly the same thing you're bringing into the country, not something different. Okay, if there is any discrepancies and they discover that you lied in any of the documents, then your product might be rejected, or might be impounded by the customs, and then you have no deal and you'll be counting losses. Clearance and release. Upon successful inspection, your goods will be cleared for distribution. That's the final stage, and then it will be cleared for you to take your goods. Your clearing agent will take your goods to any of the warehouses of his choosing, or that you have chosen, or to the buyers directly who have sent you a contract to bring this good. If they sent you a contract to bring the goods, then those buyers are the ones that are going to clear the goods, make sure that it's intact, exactly what you stated to them. That's it. And believe me speaking, you're good to go. So these are some of the things that we have discussed in this particular lesson, and the key to success. Some of the things or key takeaway: phytosanitary requirement, ensure your products are free from pests and diseases to protect Saudi Arabian agricultural sector. Documentation and certification, provide all required documentation, parking list, certificate of origin, and the rest of them to streamline the import process. Labeling and packaging, present your product professionally, meet Saudi standard, logistics and shipping, deliver your goods safely and on time to satisfy your customers. All these are some of the things you need to put into consideration and put at the back of your mind when exporting goods to Saudi Arabia. I wish you guys all the best of luck. This is where we're going to stop for tonight, and then we shall continue with the next lesson, inshallah. Thank you so much. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Thank you.